history of smoking. How long has tobacco been around? Tobacco has been growing wild in the Americas for nearly 8,000 years. Around 2,000 years ago, tobacco began to be chewed and smoked during cultural or religious ceremonies and events. Who discovered tobacco and where? The first European to discover smoking was Christopher Columbus. In 1531, tobacco was cultivated for the first time in Europe. By 1600, tobacco use had spread across Europe and England and was being used as a monetary standard. By the 1700s, smoking had become more widespread and the tobacco industry had developed industry. When was tobacco first considered to be dangerous to health? In 1602, an anonymous English author published an essay titled Worke of Chimney Sweepers, Sick, which stated that illnesses often seen in chimney sweepers were caused by soot and that tobacco may have similar effects. In 1795, Samuel Thomas von Sommering of Maine, Germany, reported that he was becoming more aware of cancers of the lip in pipe smokers. In 1798, the U.S. physician Benjamin Rush wrote on the medical dangers of tobacco. During the 1920s, the first medical reports linking smoking to lung cancer began to appear. A series of major medical reports in the 1950s and 1960s confirmed that tobacco caused a range of serious diseases. When were cigarettes developed? Cigarette-making machines were developed in the latter half of the 1800s. The first such machines produced about 200 cigarettes per minute. Today's machines produce about 9,000 per minute. Cheap mass production and the use of cigarette advertising allowed tobacco companies to expand their markets during this period. What caused the growth and later decline of smoking in traditional markets? The development of new forms of tobacco promotion. The ability of the tobacco industry through its power and wealth to influence the policies of political parties. Smoking increased dramatically during the World Wars, mainly due to the policy of providing free cigarettes to Allied troops as a morale-boosting exercise. Later in the 20th century, smoking became less popular due to a rapid increase in knowledge of the health effects of both active and passive smoking. The first successful lawsuits against tobacco companies over smoking-related illness happened in the latter part of the 20th century. What are current global smoking trends? As smoking prevalence rates have declined in the traditional markets of North America and Western Europe, the tobacco industry has refocused its promotional efforts onto the less developed and emerging nations in Africa, Asia, the Middle East, the former Soviet Union and Latin America. The often weak regulatory environment in these countries has further encouraged the industry to target populations in these nations. If current patterns continue, tobacco use will kill approximately 10 million people every year throughout the world by 2020. 70% of these deaths will occur in less developed and emerging nations. Thank you.